Darcey Silva was never a woman who shied away from drama, not on camera, not off camera, not ever. Whether it was heartbreak in a luxury suite in Prague, tear-soaked confessions in Connecticut, or arguments laced with glitter and high heels, Darcey always lived big, loved big, and cried big. But this moment, this painfully intimate moment, felt different. It was quieter, heavier, and more devastating than any fight about loyalty, trust, or designer engagement rings. It was about something deeper, something she couldn't fix with a makeover or a new vision board, something she had been terrified to bring up. And tonight, under the soft glow of filming lights and the uneasy silence of a late-night conversation, Darcey Silva finally said it. "Georgi, we need to talk about the kids thing." The words hung in the air between them like frozen glass. Georgi looked up from the couch. His jaw tightened the way it always did when he was bracing himself. His dark eyes searched hers, trying to read her tone, trying to understand whether this was another argument or something far worse. Darcey swallowed hard. She wasn't wearing her usual bold lashes or full glam. Her hair was pulled back. Her face was bare, vulnerable, soft. For the first time in a long time, she looked like Darcey the woman, not Darcey the TV star. "I brought this up before, but tonight I need to say it clearly," she whispered. "You can't have children with me. Not anymore. And I need you to hear that." The silence that followed was agonizing. Georgi's expression shifted. For a second, he didn't move at all. It was as though the world froze around him. The cameras, the lights, the pressure, none of it existed. Just the truth, just the pain, just them. Darcey's private fear. Darcey had rehearsed this conversation in her head for weeks. She had talked herself out of it, back into it, and into full-blown panic more than once. She was a mother already, 2 daughters she adored, girls she had raised with all the fierceness and love in her heart, but the idea of having another child, especially at her age, had turned into a medical impossibility. She had hoped it wouldn't matter. She had hoped that love would be enough, but Georgi had let it slip more than once, during quiet dinners, during emotional arguments, even during makeups, that he wanted a child of his own, a child who shared his eyes, his smile, his Bulgarian roots, a child who would one day call him dad. Darcey wanted to give him the world. She always did. But this was the one thing she couldn't give, and it broke her heart. Georgi's reaction when Georgi finally blinked. His entire face collapsed, his brows furrowing, lip trembling, eyes instantly glassy with tears. "Why are you saying this now?" he whispered, voice cracking. Darcey placed a gentle hand on his arm. "Because I didn't want to hurt you anymore by pretending this was something we could revisit someday. I need honesty between us. I need clarity." Georgi's breath trembled. He looked away, wiping under his eyes in a frustrated swipe. "Darcey, I know," he whispered, "but hearing it like this, it's different. It's real now." Then, despite trying to hold it together, his shoulders shook. A tear slipped down his cheek. Then another. Georgi, the strong, stoic, sometimes overly proud man who rarely showed emotions on camera, finally broke down, and Darcey felt her heart tear open. She had never seen him cry like this, not over money, or arguments, or the dramatic breakups they'd had before. This was deeper, rawer, more vulnerable. "I always imagined having a child someday," Georgi said, voice shaking. "And with you, I saw a future, a family, even if it was just a dream." Darcey's breath hitched. "Georgi, I'm so sorry." The emotional flashback montage, because it is 90 Day Fiance, the show's editors would have had a field day with the scene cutting between old footage, old confessions, old heartbreaks. Clips would play in a montage. Darcey telling Stacey years ago that she dreamed of having a baby boy. Georgi holding Darcey's hand at fertility appointments. The arguments where Georgi accused Darcey of not wanting to try hard enough. The reconciliation where he kissed her forehead and promised he loved her no matter what. The tearful balcony scene in Miami where Darcey wondered aloud whether she was too old to start again. And now, this moment, the moment where the truth finally crashed down. Darcey's breaking point. "I wanted to give you everything, Georgi," she said, fighting back her own tears. "But I can't change biology. I can't give you a baby, and I can't pretend it's still possible. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." Georgi shook his head slowly, tears still falling. "I'm not mad at you, Darcey. I'm mad at life. I'm mad at timing. I'm mad at myself for wanting something you can't give. But I'm not mad at you." Darcey's breath caught. "Do you want to leave me?" The question slipped out before she could stop it. Georgi's head snapped up. His eyes widened, red and shining. "No, Darcey, no. I love you. I love you more than a dream I had." But I needed time to process this. I needed to hear it without pretending. He took her shaking hands in his. Kids or no kids, you're still my future if you want to be. Darcey sobbed openly now. Relief, guilt, fear, everything poured out at once. But was it really that simple? Of course. This was Darcey Georgi. Nothing was ever simple. Later, in her confessional interview, Darcey wiped tear tracks from her cheeks and stared into the camera with that signature Silva vulnerability. I love Georgi. I do. But I don't want to hold him back from having a child if that's what he truly wants. I don't want him to resent me in 10 years. I've been through too much heartbreak for that. I need to know he's choosing me for the right reasons.